The ongoing situation involving Jos Verstappen has taken a surprising turn as rumors continue to swirl around Christian Horner. It looks like Red Bull might be facing more challenges once this whole matter is settled. Jos, the father of the three-time world champion Max Verstappen, reportedly has a tense connection with the team's principal. This strained relationship might have influenced some of the steps taken against Horner, possibly aiming to push him out of the team. But how much truth is there in these claims? And what could these developments mean for Red Bull's future? Reports suggest Jos Verstappen is at the center of many of these allegations, or at least a key player behind them. Over time, his relationship with Horner has apparently worsened, especially after their public disagreement following the 2022 Monaco Grand Prix. Even though these remain rumors for now, it's clear that Horner's situation is already delicate, and adding more trouble isn't helping. Recent leaks have revealed something important. The news first appeared through Dutch media before any official word came from Red Bull or other outlets. Given Jos and Max's Dutch roots, this raises questions about whether Jos had any role in encouraging some media sources to take things further. Motorsport Total highlighted that Max is known for being loyal to a close-knit group, and recent events suggest Horner might be losing his place in that inner circle. The fact that this story initially came from the Netherlands seems too coincidental to ignore. Behind the scenes in Formula One, whispers are growing about the deteriorating relationship between Jos Verstappen and Christian Horner. Max is widely seen as someone who stands firmly by his father and his mentor Helmut Marko. Jos may have reasons to go after Horner, especially since Horner has publicly emphasized that Red Bull is not just a one-driver team focused solely on Max, even though Max has dominated the last 2 seasons. It is believed that the Verstappen family leaked details about Red Bull's investigation to Dutch and German media outlets. This move appears to be aimed at creating more pressure on Horner, possibly encouraging him to resign. If true, this would seriously affect Horner's career, especially since insiders have reportedly advised him to step back ahead of the car, launch, and preseason testing. That's the first part rewritten with a clear narrative, keeping everything intact, avoiding the forbidden words, and using straightforward English. Sources close to the Verstappen family say that while Jos and Christian Horner were once on good terms, things have shifted sharply since Max's rise in Red Bull's hierarchy. Their relationship began to cool down noticeably after Max won his first championship in 2021. Jos reportedly believes that the team should always support a single top driver, while Horner has left room for healthy competition within the team. This difference in opinion seems to have driven a wedge between them. To say Jos is behind the current investigation is a bold claim, but there isn't enough evidence to prove it conclusively. At this stage, neutrality is key when reporting on such a sensitive topic. The facts show that the first reports came from the Netherlands, and Jos and Horner's relationship has soured significantly over the last few years. The visible distance between them can be seen in how they once celebrated Max's victories together, compared to the tension after the 2022 Monaco Grand Prix. That Monaco race was a turning point. Red Bull's strategy didn't favor Max, who was still fighting for the championship. After the race, Jos openly expressed his disagreement with the team's decisions, claiming they harmed Max by favoring his teammate, Sergio Perez. Horner, however, responded quickly, reminding everyone that no single driver is more important than the team's collective success. The team's ability to win from P3 and P4 in Monaco proved how well they can capitalize on others' mistakes. Another key factor in this story is Max's relationship with Helmut Marko, Red Bull's talent scout and advisor. Helmut played a major role in Max's early career, securing him a spot at Toro Rosso when an F1 seat was not guaranteed. Some argue Max might have ended up at Mercedes instead, but the team was then the strongest on the grid, and it's unclear if he would have reached his full potential there. It's well known that Jos Verstappen and Helmut Marko have had disagreements about Red Bull's management, especially after Dietrich Mateschitz passed away. There were rumors that Marco might lose his role after he made comments about Perez's performance, which many thought were influenced by Horner's side trying to gain more control. Horner is said to want a bigger role in the team, supported by Dietrich's family, who own the majority of Red Bull Racing. However, the Austrian side hasn't backed down. Since the complaint was officially filed at Red Bull's headquarters in Austria, many see this as a pushback from Marco himself. Marco has avoided commenting until the investigation finishes, but it's clear this power struggle runs deep. If this conflict between Horner and Marco is true, it's easy to guess where the Verstappen family stands. But beyond this, an investigation is underway concerning Horner's alleged controlling behavior toward a female employee. Red Bull now has a lot on its plate as it navigates through these tricky times. The next few weeks will be sensitive for everyone involved. This situation could distract the team from what really matters: maintaining a strong performance and staying at the top through 2026. Adding to the tension, key Red Bull members like Pierre Gasly and Adrian Newey are rumored to be considering leaving amid this turmoil. The team has already expressed concern about the 2024 season, surprised by how unpredictable the grid has become with the new ground effect rules. Adrian Newey pointed out that many teams had plenty of time during the 2023 season to study Red Bull's dominant car. Because of this, we can expect more teams to develop cars that perform similarly to the RB19. He also mentioned doubts about whether the third version of the RB18, now called RB2, will keep up with expectations. With so much data shared with rivals, Red Bull might not be able to maintain its advantage throughout the season. This situation isn't ideal for Red Bull for several reasons. Besides the distractions on race weekends caused by the investigation into Horner, the competition will be fierce from the start. Teams like McLaren, Ferrari, and Mercedes are expected to challenge strongly. If the investigation drags on, it could limit Red Bull's ability to respond and recover during the year. If the worst happens and Horner is found guilty of the accusations, Red Bull would lose the leader who has helped them win 13 combined championships in the last 19 years. Although Jonathan Wheatley is rumored as a potential replacement, this shakeup would definitely affect the team's future plans. This unsettled environment is something Red Bull's drivers would prefer to avoid. On the other hand, if Horner is cleared and it turns out Jos Verstappen played a role in the accusations, it could worsen the relationship between Max and Horner even more. Interestingly, Lewis Hamilton's move to Ferrari has made Mercedes think about signing Max Verstappen if the right offer comes along, one that includes a championship-winning car and a suitable salary. While the car is the bigger challenge, even Toto Wolff mentioned that Max is still on their radar as a possible replacement for Hamilton. Though this may sound surprising, there could be a chance for Max to continue his success at Mercedes, showing his adaptability and talent. However, all of this remains speculation and analysis of what might happen depending on the outcome of the ongoing investigation. Looking ahead to 2026, the new regulations are expected to favor Mercedes and Ferrari more than other teams due to their engine-building experience. Red Bull buying out Verstappen's contract might be something Mercedes wants to pursue in the coming seasons. With all this in mind, what do you think about the strained relationship between Jos Verstappen and Christian Horner? More importantly, do you believe Jos could be involved in the accusations against Horner? Share your thoughts in the comments below. If you're interested, check out the video on your screen for more details. To sum it up, this whole situation at Red Bull is more than just team drama. It's a complex mix of personal conflicts, power, struggles, and high stakes that could reshape the future of one of Formula One's top teams. With big names involved and the championship battles ahead, every move will be watched closely. What happens next could change not only the careers of those involved, but also the balance of power in the sport. For now, all eyes remain on Red Bull as the investigation continues, and the team prepares for the upcoming season. It's clear that the pressure is on, both on and off the track. Stay tuned, because this story is far from over. Thanks for sticking with me through this breakdown. Don't forget to leave your opinions below and subscribe if you want more updates and insights into the world of Formula One.